Welcome to Softcore History.
What is up? Welcome to another episode of Softcore History. I am your host for the week, Rob Fox, and I'm joined by my two friends, Dan Regester and Jake Goldman. I don't want to do the one thing where I just introduce one name and then we talk for a minute and then forget that the other person fucking exists, and then it's like, oh, by the way, that's Dan and whatever the fuck.
I like that you're subverting expectations.
Yeah, they're like, oh, wow, both, huh?
Yeah.
Right away.
And instead of me kind of combating that I'm your friend, I'm going to accept it.
Oh, you just gonna be my friend?
I'm going to be your friend today.
All right.
Just water that gift, man. That flower he just handed to you, just pour a little water on there. That's nice, Dan. I like
Feeling
that.
like a little daisy today.
Oh, you're definitely putting out flowery vibes.
Getting lots of sunshine.
Yeah. We got to enjoy the sunshine right now, man. It was 86 degrees when I was driving around town today. Threw some shorts on.
Were you cruising?
Yeah, dude.
Put the top down.
On my SUV. Yeah. I just got a chainsaw out, took the top off. It was awesome. I just pimped my ride next to the Z style.
Oh, you need the chainsaw. You have one.
I have a pole saw, which would be just as hard. I don't know.
You could do it. It's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, you can go full Fred Durst and pack that chainsaw. It's getting that ass raw.
Oh, man. That's too deep cut of limp for me.
Break stuff? It's a pretty common song.
I know. I don't know anything other than the choruses of their songs, though. I don't know, like, the verses.
Yeah, I only know rollin'.
And Nookie.
Rollin'.
Breathe in,
rollin'.
breathe out, hands up, hands down.
Yeah.
Back up. Tell me what you want to do now.
I really hope that that's not something that comes back from the inevitable, like, cyclicalness of pop culture where, like the early 2000s are starting to be, like, in again. I don't need the whole thing where they tried to, like, make some, rap. I'm sorry.
Rob, shut your mouth. I'm about to order chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water on vinyl.
I was about to say on vinyl. Yeah, it's
whatever.
on a brown vinyl record. Nah, dude, you don't want, like, size 52 Carhartt pants and, like, an Insane Clown Posse tee and white tees with dreadlocks.
We canceled Carhartt. We started to burn the Carhartt.
Who's burning Carhartt?
Who canceled Carhartt? Did they find out that rednecks wear it?
No, actually, rednecks are canceling Carhartt.
The rednecks
rednecks are canceling Carhartt.
There's some sort of, I imagine it's around the vaccine.
It was a mandate thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, what?
Yeah, I will say this. If you wanted to know about the financial viability of one party over the other, whenever you see Republicans cancel shit, they shoot it or they set it on fire. They're wasting their money to prove a point.
It's true.
Or they blow it up with.
Do you remember they were like shooting their Yetis with shotguns? It was like, that's precious ammo. That costs money, and that Yeti's like $300. That's a
minimum.
Yeah,
that's a
tiny one. Yeah. So, just saying, follow the money.
Well, it's just a big financial flex. Right?
Yeah, it really is.
I'm wasting money with this money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
like lighting $100 bill to light a pile of money.
But hey,
fire.
if there's a side to waste money that has money.
It's that side.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, they're not the ones complaining about being poor.
No,
even if a lot of them are.
It's truly one of my favorite trends whenever something gets canceled by the right.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they getting rid of it?
It's way cooler.
It's the best.
They do better shit, for sure.
I don't see anyone, like, going and burning a... God, who's the most recent person that get canceled?
JRE. Their Rogan Experience gear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no one's, like, fucking... crucifying a Spotify effigy.
I actually just want, like, some idiot to, like, have Spotify playing on their computer and then they burn their laptop. Yeah. Thinking that will somehow eliminate a Spotify. They're like, good, one less Spotify in the world. I did it.
I killed an app.
Yeah, I did it. Fucking great.
Or, like, you don't see anyone... Also, like, yeah, sure, Uyghurs make Nikes, but... I'm not missing those Jordans.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about Uyghur Muslims is that, what a way to start a sentence, is that, like, you hear mostly the right, like, rightfully, like, condemn China for it. But I gotta say, if a bunch of Uyghur Muslims moved into, like, where Rush Limbaugh lived, if he was still alive, he'd probably be pretty pissed. He'd probably want to relocate them, too.
I'm not opening that.
That's not a comment on Uyghur Muslims.
Hold on,
it's a comment on.
Actually, I'm going to dig a little deeper here.
Okay.
Do you mean hell? Because that's where Rush Limbaugh is. Right.
I couldn't think of another. Like,
I gotta get my lip cuck out real quick.
If a bunch of Uyghur Muslims moved into Hannity's neighborhood,
So Rob
He'd
not
probably
only
get pretty angry about it.
Rob not only says he would relocate Uyghur Muslims, but he's sending them to hell where Rush Limbaugh lives.
Yeah,
he's
sure,
just doing
all of
really
that.
out of date references. Now that he's dead.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of one. I might. The
He's gonna
Missouri
drop
in
a
me-
Strom Thurmond real quick. Like when he's thinking about a Republican senator.
He's gonna really go back into the well. Don Imus.
Ooh, Don Imus. Man, that was the
Stern.
first cancel. That was the first one in my opinion.
there's
He was
gotta be
canceled
someone else
before
that.
He was
one of
canceled
the-
for canceling.
He was one of the famous ones.
But like the fact that he got canceled for commenting on Rutgers women's basketball,
Right.
like that's
What a thing to get.
That's not the hill to die on, my
No.
guy.
Well, the thing was, it's like you shouldn't have even said that. That's kind of fucking stupid.
whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'll probably never ever mention Rutgers women's basketball ever again.
I don't find much cause to mention Rutgers men's basketball most of the time.
They're hot right now,
No,
but
they
like,
lost to Purdue. It's fine.
yeah.
Their streak's over.
Okay, well, we're not. This is evergreen content.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not going to make
So-
too many.
with references
Whatever.
like Don Imus and Rush Limbaugh, we
Yeah.
got evergreen stuff, guys. Here we are.
Welcome to Softcore History. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff. We have a bunch of dope new merch.
Hopefully,
Thank
we
you.
just lose your business by just blowing up Yetis and
Yeah.
Carhartt.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We would like you to buy our merchandise so that one day when we do infuriate you, you can
Either side.
creatively destroy it. Yes.
Yeah, softcorehistory.com. Bunch of new merch. We got crew neck sweaters. We're gonna have some tees up.
The Una hoodie.
The Una hoodie.
New snapbacks, two-tone snapbacks. We got dad hats too. So all new stuff. Go softcorehistory.com. Right on the front page underneath our pretty faces.
Yeah. Like, leave a review, all that fun shit on
5
iTunes,
stars. Please and
Spotify,
thank
5
you.
stars, all that shit. You know who subscribed to our podcast the other day?
Who?
My wife.
Whoa.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's huge. The voice of our intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally subscribed. She finally came around.
Nice.
She wouldn't do it for the longest time.
Why?
She was like, I don't like it. And she's like, you got to win me over. She's like, I'm a person too.
Yeah. No, it's
True.
fair though.
That's actually the fairest
Yeah.
statement.
Apparently, so she just doesn't listen to it because her work, she has to write and everything like that. So it's hard to listen to podcasts. And I guess she told your wife at Veronica's wedding that she like almost never listened to the podcast. And Katie was like, just gave her a look like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Did not
Like,
know
how
this
could
story.
you?
I did not know this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Thanks,
everyone
Katie.
at that wedding listens to our podcast.
Yeah.
Which is sick. But I'm
How would you know?
Shouts to the,
I still wasn't invited.
How would
shouts
you know?
to the Monty girls.
Yes.
Oh, both of them. Listen.
Yep. Shouts to Taylor.
Shouts to Taylor.
Yeah.
Shouts to Taylor for
Big
sure.
shouts to Taylor.
Shout outs to all of them.
Shouts to my sister Taylor. She also listens.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out
Every
Sister
episode.
Taylor.
Love it. But yeah, we got another episode today. And if you like it, buy our merch.
And you know what? Tell a friend too, because that is the best way
Word of
to
mouth is, yeah.
grow the podcast.
By far.
Definitely just, if you enjoy our content, share it.
Please, for the love of God, share it. Make people watch it. Go when you're home for your next holiday that you're home for. Steal your parents' phones and subscribe them.
They don't know how to do it.
They don't
do
know
it for
anything
them.
about
They
it,
would
yeah.
love it. My dad listens to it. He loves it.
My dad, I think, does as well.
Yeah.
We had Jesse Wiseman on last week for a Helen Keller episode. You are sure to enjoy.
A very factual killer episode.
Incredibly factual. Oh, we also have to, apparently someone trolled us, and enough people told me that Helen Keller had met Osama bin Laden that I just said it on Drinking Bros.
But that was not true.
It's not the case.
Damn it.
Oh, well, at least it wasn't on this factual podcast.
Right.
It wasn't
Yeah.
on this.
Right. If you didn't say it on this podcast, it doesn't count.
Right.
Right.
So we're good. We're 100% factual still. Batting 1,000. Thank God. But we'll never not bat 1,000. As long as I'm...
We'll deny it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we will say you're wrong.
If you
Your
deny
facts are
that you
wrong.
got out, then you're batting 1,000.
That's right.
Yeah, we're like Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
All hole in
Shooting
ones.
19.
18
He shot 18?
on an 18-hole course.
Okay.
This is his first time.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We'll have to do an episode on that one day.
R.I.P.
But today we're going a little further back in history. For the first time in, months probably, we're doing something prior to, like, the discovery of America or anything like that.
Wow.
That's big.
Going all the way back before Jesus was even born. Ooh. We're talking everyday ancient Egyptian life, and specifically this thing I found on Instagram that I thought was like cool and hilarious. A document from ancient Egypt. It's a really boring document.
Cool.
It's really boring.
Way to sell it.
Yeah, it's fucking the most boring thing you could ever find, which I find oddly interesting. I find the boring stuff from deep in the past more interesting than like, there was a great battle with 1,000 chariots and a dragon came out of the ocean and blah, blah. I don't care about that. I want to hear about like...
Sounds made up anyway.
Yeah, right. Like I want to hear about like somebody's like bathroom cleaning schedule. It's just...
You're kind of interested by the mundane bullshit that people have been doing forever.
Yeah, because that's the ultimate, that's like oddly comforting to me, that we're all mundane and boring and shit don't change in the littlest, stupidest ways possible.
It's the great unifier, the common denominator across all eras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's the basics, right? It's like everyone wants to fuck. Everyone needs to shit. And everyone's got to eat.
Yeah. And that's a lot of what this is.
And no one likes getting ripped off. When people get ripped off, they let you know in documents.
Oh, yeah. And that kind of comes up a little bit in this one.
Yeah.
But the document that inspired this episode, it was basically an HR record.
Oh, my God.
An ancient Egyptian HR spreadsheet is what was discovered at this archaeological site. It's a record of reasons employees missed work and the days they took off and how many.
Ooh.
Now, you were afforded a sick day back then.
Quite a few.
Wow.
As it turned out. And we'll get into that. This document, by the way, was discovered. It's from the New Kingdom era. So there's four eras, really. There's pre-dynastic Egypt, Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom, right? So this is ancient Egypt, and it's still like the latest part of ancient Egypt.
Gotcha.
Right? Alexander, pre-Rome takeover, whatever. The document's from 1250 BC during the reign of Ramesses II. Does anyone know who Ramesses II is?
A pharaoh?
Jake. You ever heard of him?
Jake? The pharaoh?
You ever heard of Ramesses II?
Ramses?
Ramses?
The second?
Yeah.
Didn't he have to like deal with some Jews going over sea?
Yeah.
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 Pretty sure I know about him.
That's the Moses Pharaoh.
Yeah.
That's the Pharaoh of Exodus, more likely than not.
Yeah.
Portrayed by Yul Brynner in the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, he was really not about fucking up his home's aesthetic with goat's blood.
No.
Now, was he like an uncle or a stepbro to Moses?
Stepbro. This is Moses' stepbro, allegedly.
Yeah.
This is the guy who Jake's God killed his son, his firstborn son.
The God of the Old Testament kills a lot of babies.
Yeah. I kind of think, like, we have that teen Jesus kind of plot idea. I kind of think Old Testament God is just like teen God.
Yeah, he's figuring it out.
He really is. Like, it's messy.
It's like first-time parent with no possible research beforehand. He's like, do I hit it? Do I hit the kid when it cries? What do I do?
I'm less interested in that. I want to know more about Royal Moses. Like Moses of like when he's a higher up in Egyptian society.
Yeah.
Is Moses a trust fund baby?
Yes.
I've always wondered this.
Cool Moses.
And he turns on his own.
He's like, this is the establishment, man. Fuck you.
So we're going to do a Taylor Sheridan situation, right? We're going to start with Teen Jesus. That's going to be our hit show. It's going to be our Yellowstone.
Okay.
And then they're going to want 1 million shows out of us. So the next one we're going to do is Cool Moses.
Cool Moses.
Yeah.
Frat Moses.
Yeah, like Frat Moses.
It's essentially just Egyptian succession where,
yes,
Kendall Roy just turns on his family. That's Moses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
So that's our second show.
Okay,
and
yeah,
then,
so that's like our 1883.
Yeah, and then we'll do Teen God as well. And that'll just be Old Testament God.
Yeah.
So Prince Moses, Teen Jesus, Prince Moses.
When we get to Teen God, it's like we're not even trying at that point.
No.
And if you look at Taylor Sheridan's newer shows, he's not really super duper trying.
I would say Teen God's kind of like when we get like our Star Wars history equivalent and then like we just mail in the last couple seasons of GOT.
Yeah.
Like we're not even going off source material anymore, even though there's plenty of it, you know.
But it's just like we got to fill up Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Right. We need new series every week. We're shooting first drafts, all kinds of fun shit. There's not even like a continuity person on set.
Yeah, Jody Hill is doing Teen God.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be.
We do our
Fuck you fucking idiot.
We do our alternate history stuff. That's like what if.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be good.
Well, Disney does it right now.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's
With
the Marvel what
yeah.
if, yeah. I was thinking more like Man in the High Castle situation.
You could also
But we do it with other stuff, like really low stakes stuff.
Yeah. That was actually a script I wrote in college. It was what if the U.S. never invaded Germany or never invaded France. We never got involved in World War II. And Hitler obviously takes over and invades New York in 1948.
So you just wrote a Philip K. Dick novel?
Yeah.
It was about a action film hero who becomes a real hero.
So you wrote a Philip K. Dick novel with a different main character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did they split up America in between two countries?
I only wrote the pilot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Good.
What'd you get?
It was a B+.
Okay. What'd you get in the class where you learned how to write thank you notes?
That was sports marketing.
Okay.
I got an A in that class, actually. That was super easy. She also kind of had a thing for me. The teacher had a thing for me, so.
Oh. Did you write her a thank you note for giving you an A?
I did, yeah. It was a lot better than the head of the film department at UCF, who almost caused me to not graduate.
Yes, and was busted for child pornography,
He
I
was,
remember.
yeah.
Convenient, Dan.
It's weird. I don't know how these files got here.
Yeah, crazy.
It's like, here's a thank you with a USB flash drive on it. Check out my thank you note.
It was one of those classes where your entire grade was based off one paper.
That's so terrible.
And
I hated that.
It was a good paper. He just didn't agree with it.
That's
not
That's not how it works.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's grammatically sound. I make a good argument. Like, just because you disagree with it.
actually,
That's why writing classes were the best, by the way.
Actually, that is how it works in almost every situation.
That's true.
Yeah,
Except
he was
school.
actually preparing him for
That's
the real
fair.
world.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, that is how it works.
Yeah, you should have placated that pedophile.
How dare you frame
Yeah.
him for child pornography?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Listen, he got what he deserved.
He did.
You know what?
He did. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Fuck that
fuck
man.
him. Why not? So unfortunately, despite this being during the time of Ramses II, no one said they needed him his work because their house was full of frogs, or an angel popped in and murdered their firstborn son.
Yes, you're welcome for that.
Or
cool
if we're going by the Ten Commandments film, a green cloud.
yeah, the angel was just a fart.
Yeah, a fart fucking murdered everybody. There were some pretty good reasons, though, for why these workers missed work. And so I should say, well, actually, I'll get into that later. So, but these workers, I will say, they are skilled laborers, right? So they're like kind of blue collar, middle class, would be the way to put it. They're making tombs.
Trade school.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
They're carving stuff into like tombs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Skilled laborers. There was a worker named Penub, and he had to miss work to take care of his sick mom. Very nice of him.
No. I'm not giving him the day off for that.
Yeah? No?
How sick was she?
Doesn't
specify,
say.
imagine.
But I feel like any amount of sick in that time is
It's gravely.
like you're just like yeah.
Yeah,
You're,
it's. I mean, that's only one day off. They're dead the next day.
yeah. Even if you're just like that's, you could be dead within hours.
Right.
So that makes sense. A couple fellows named Sawajit and Wajmos had interesting reasons for missing work. Here's a literal translation. They both had, they're separate people. They both had the same reason for missing work, though. This is the literal translation of that reason. Daughter was bleeding.
Okay.
Oh, they had their period.
Yep.
That must have. That's so they had to like prepare the home.
Well, and a guy named Naktiman had a similar reason. His wife was bleeding. So I guess if any woman in your house is on their period, you're like, oh God, I gotta get home. There was essentially like paternity leave for periods.
We need to bring that back.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't come in this week. My wife's had her period.
And then your boss is like, heard that.
Yeah, I
classic.
fucking get it.
No, I think that's
So like you have enough to deal with at home.
Yeah.
So what do you get, like a couple days off?
Being on your period must have been a nightmare back then.
I guess.
Feels like it. What do you do? What are you using?
Or we were just like so
Are you
like
just sitting on
Oh,
it?
you didn't do the research on when the first tampon came about?
I'll just Google that right now. First ancient tampon.
I'm sure it exists.
South
There was
Park-
ancient birth control. We've done episodes.
South
on that.
Park claims it was with Native American
hair?
hair.
Yeah,
Cherokee hair
hair.
tampons, yes.
Egyptians made tampons out of softened papyrus.
There you go. So they're covered.
Yeah, they're good. So I don't know what they're. Maybe it's. I mean, it's ancient Egypt, so fuck knows what kind of like.
That was like a nobility thing, I imagine, too. Like I'm sure like
No, it's there. So this is why I wanted to do this episode, is because you kind of think like, oh yeah, there are a couple noble people who could read, and then it was like, you know, a million mud people just walking around.
making mud.
Making mud, eating mud. They're basically still monkeys. And
Also,
there's, like,
shoving that shit up your vagina, there's probably a good chance they died there, too.
Just from sepsis.
From infection.
Toxic shock.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what? justified.
Life is a minefield, essentially. And I mean, like, look, it's like I said, it's ancient Egypt, and society was super complex, which is why I wanted to do this episode. But I'm sure there were also, like, fucked up rituals they had. Like, you know, some guys like, oh, great, I got to make my wife sit on a bucket for 3 days and then go throw the blood on a crocodile.
So this doesn't happen again next month.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So she lives or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But then the crocodile sees its shadow and...
Man. Got 4 more days of period.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a whole fucking thing. So you understand why they have to miss work. By the way, this also means that your employer would know your wife and daughter's menstrual cycles.
Yeah, that's
right?
kind of weird.
So that, like, if you tried to fake off, they're like, no, your 12-year-old daughter had her period 2.5 weeks ago. She's not bleeding again already.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Get back to work. Get back to work, Najib. You're coming in tomorrow. I know your daughter's not having her fucking period.
Again?
Yeah.
Heard that before.
I also enjoy this, by the way, because they say you never truly die until the last person forgets your name.
So these people are just in limbo still.
They're immortalized.
They're
now.
Basically immortal because their wife and daughters were having their periods.
Can you imagine being immortal because you fucked off and lied about the reason you went to work? You know who you didn't go to work?
You know who's not immortal?
Who?
The women on their periods.
Yeah.
They die. They're long dead.
Yeah. There's like 37 people that listen to this podcast that will forever know these names.
Yeah.
Well,
it keeps going on. This is in a museum, too. I'm not the only... I didn't find this tablet, much as I wish I did.
There's just some ancient Egyptian and sucked back into limbo. Yeah. Damn you, Robert Fox!
No, I was so close to beating my wife who used to menstruate in heaven. But yeah, so these guys are immortal because they're fucking... Because they had women in their family, whatever. A lot of dudes took time off for brewing beer, which is not as cool as it sounds. It's pretty much like a chore because beer was used for fun, but also like ceremonial bullshit, whatever. It was like an important thing. Kids drank. Usually it was the wife or the mistress of the house that did it, but taking time off to make sure they weren't fucking it up was like a legit excuse.
I could see that because, like, for instance, if I really want to make a good loaf of bread, I can't work that day.
Yeah.
Like, I have to sit there and watch it ferment and make sure it's happening correctly.
So you take a sick day for your sourdough?
I haven't yet, but one day.
It feels like it's coming.
It might happen.
Yeah.
Well,
surprised you didn't already.
In the next 2 weeks, I might.
Yeah. Like during COVID, I'm sure you were like, I can't do a lot today. I'm making this bread.
Well, during COVID, when I was like working from home constantly, I would just like take half-hour breaks here and there and just like fuck around with the bread and go back to work.
Yeah.
But now I can't drive home and fuck around with the bread for 30 minutes and then drive back.
Can't play with your fucking bread anymore.
Can't play with my bread. It's sad.
Several people had to take time off because they were embalming dead relatives, which they were rich enough to do. So they were like, yeah, I can't come into work today. I got to watch some guy suck all my brother's innards out of his asshole and nose and pay him for the pleasure and then wrap him up and put oil on him or some bullshit, whatever.
Drink beer for the ceremony.
But I mean, so basically just taking off for a funeral.
Yeah, kind of.
But that would be funny if today it's like, I got a funeral. It's like, I got an embalming. Funerals in 2 wakes tomorrow, funerals the day after, embalmings today, and they want me to be there.
Yeah, I got to make sure they don't fuck it up.
Yeah. So I got to go look at my my dead brother's penis for a couple hours and watch some guy say words that I don't understand and cut all his organs out.
We could only be so lucky these days.
Should we get mummified when we die? Should we have somebody like put our organs in a jar and scramble our brain?
Just up the nose. Yeah. Scrambly.
Whee.
I'm going to not do that. But you go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to
bankrupt my family in death.
I just want my tomb to be surrounded by the beetles in the mummy.
The scarabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
In case anyone breaks in.
Yeah. You should have a trap or like cursed tomb if anyone ever tries to exhume you. They get cursed or, explode or get shot with arrows.
You know who I'm fairly confident has a tomb like that?
Nicolas Cage already?
Yep. But you know why? He does have one. He bought like a pyramid in New Orleans.
Yeah, he's got a, what is it called, a mausoleum or a...
Yeah, mausoleum. But it's like a pyramid, I think.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's white.
Yeah.
It's bananas.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that thing's definitely booby-trapped.
He's going to just go in there and like live with the Lalaurie ghosts.
Dude, he probably has the real Constitution in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He already stole it.
But I kind of want to go visit Nicolas Cage's fresh mausoleum.
Yeah, dude. When he
I want to see what the inside looks like.
I'm going to go Easy Rider on that thing.
Easy Rider or Ghost Rider?
Easy Rider.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Easy Rider, I believe they have sex on LSD in a tomb in New Orleans is one of the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy Rider, the more I look back on it, just seems like a movie where they were really trying to, like, be edgy.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, it was just like, we didn't do all this crazy stuff.
They're going to fuck in a cemetery.
Yeah,
yeah.
Great.
And
LSD, ew.
And, like, if you say that now, it's like you're a high schooler that likes Hot Topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wow, cool fan fiction.
Yeah.
You fucking Braden, you fucking nerd.
Nice Robert Smith shirt.
Yeah. Another guy was suffering with his eye, which sounds fake, but was actually super real. We'll get into that. But here's one that I'm pretty sure was fake. Some guy was just like, oh, scorpion bit me.
It's like, yeah, dude, it's Egypt.
Yeah.
We got them.
Yeah. You're in scorpion country. Get your ass to work.
Yeah.
Put some aloe on it or whatever the fuck, some weird plant rub on it, and get your ass in here.
Yeah.
Was he going to just sit up with his foot up all day?
Can't do nothing.
No, it's fucking dumb. Yeah, I think that was a fake one. Another guy, this is my favorite one actually, though. He was just like, oh, yeah, I'm out drinking with Kansu today. Just my bro Kansu.
I like that one.
Yeah. He was just like, and I assume the work was just like, oh, fuck, Kansu?
Dude, you gotta go.
Okay, yeah, good. You're good.
Dude, Kansu's crazy.
Been out with him before. I know that game.
You're going to need the day off tomorrow, too, if you're going out with Kansu today. Just letting you know.
It's not fucking right. Yeah, it's like, it's going to be a 5-day weekend for me, man.
Yeah.
Fucking. And to be fair, though, these sound fake, but their work week did suck ass. They had a 10-day week.
What? Were they going? Were they on a 12, like 10 days on, 2 days off?
No,
just
8 days on, 2 days off.
So they had a 10-day.
It's a 10-day full week, 8-day work week.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Dude, how does that factor in when you're trying to like do splits for the gym?
Well, Dan, I'm glad you've brought this up. As we all know, it's not determined how many days are actually in a week. No one knows for sure.
Well, I don't think, there's
the church knows.
Is there 7 or is there 8? I don't know.
No, it's you work out 4 days a week,
Right.
but on a 14-day period. So over 14 days, you work out 8 times. But here's the kicker. That day moves interdependently between those 2 weeks.
And there's no rest.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Actually, I just messed it up. The more I read that thread, I don't know who I agree with. Rob, if you don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know, and I don't care.
There's a famous bodybuilding.com thread where 2 meatheads cannot agree on how many days there are in a week. Mm-hmm. And it's because he works out every other day. And he's like, well, I work out. It makes me feel dumber trying to explain how dumb it is,
right.
But it's fantastic because it's like, no, you get 7 workouts in 2 weeks. You work out 3.5 times a week. He's like, how the fuck do I get a half workout in? He's like, no, but it's 7 over 14. He's like, but if you average it out, because one's doing math
right.
and one's explaining it.
Right.
And it's like, guys.
Look, the only person you should ask is the Pope, because the Pope controls time, as we established on our Patreon episode yesterday.
That will come out soon enough.
Yeah, we're going to do a Patreon.
Soon enough, whenever.
We're teasing it. We're teasing it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we figured out that the Pope controls time. Did you agree with me on that? Did you come to my side?
Who could possibly say? We're not going to give away answers on
That's true.
Premium content.
That's true. But it was basically, so even though their work week sucked, they had a ton of sick days. It was essentially like a social norm that people could take days off for shit like being hungover.
Yeah.
Literally, that you could say, I'm hungover today, or arguing with wife was another.
There's definitely, every now and then, you'll get a good one.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I kind of just don't want to work today.
I just can't do it. What if you're just like an asshole and you're like, man, I do not want to work tomorrow, and you just start being a dick to your wife?
Oh, my God. Or you just start binge drinking. You're like, fuck it. I'm not going in, and I'm getting drunk now.
I can't do it today.
Yeah.
Between weekends and their incredibly liberal sick leave and a shit ton of festivals they got off about a third of the year. Overall.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll take an 8 too if I get off a third of the year.
Yeah. You can just call in whenever and be like, I'm fucking, not today. This record was actually one of a treasure trove of shit found, like a miracle find by archaeologists who for the longest time, we didn't really know anything about ancient Egyptian life for the longest time. And by the way, we still don't, because this is only a New Kingdom document.
Right.
Crazy to think. So when you think of Exodus, like when you think of Moses, you almost think of it like being borderline like before time.
Yeah, it's like before society almost. It's like right when society started, but that's not true.
Not even close to true. It took place in the third version of ancient Egypt, which had been going since 3100 BC, which was 2,000 years after the first ancient Sumerian cities started writing things down.
Yeah.
Whose everyday life we covered in one of our first steps. This is also Exodus, for people who don't realize, roughly the same time, and the stuff when this document was found, roughly the same time as the Trojan War.
Oh, okay.
Kind of puts things into perspective.
It does. It's one I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
And it shatters my timeline in my head.
So Moses was happening at the same time as the movie Troy.
Yeah.
This was 1,200 years before Caesar met and fucked Cleopatra.
Yeah, which I would put Cleopatra around the same time as Troy in my head.
Right.
Which is weird too,
Yeah.
but no.
So this event was as far removed from Cleopatra as we currently are from Charlemagne.
Oh, wow. That's quite a ways.
Time, space.
It's big.
Fuck. Shit. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
No, space is big.
Yeah.
Time is bigger.
Oh, that's pretty big.
I don't know. Maybe they're the same size. I don't know.
Whatever. Size, I don't care. I just don't care anymore. That's why I like doing episodes like this, because I'm like, oh, everyone was always the same, and now I don't have to care.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Dan's already there. He's on his phone right now.
He's been on his phone for the whole...
I don't even know what he's fucking doing.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Better be closing merch deals over there.
Yeah, I know what he's doing. Anyway, the tablet was found at a site called Deir el Medina. It was a village a little further away from the Nile than most would have been, which is why it survived time. The walls were like 2 feet high even. Like a lot of it's left, and it was a fairly dense village. It was a village near the Valley of the Kings, near Luxor, and across the river from Thebes. And its main industry or whatever was building and carving all those tombs.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So a lot of stonework.
A lot of stone, but like skilled stonework.
Yeah.
And like stonework that involved literacy, because they were putting like hieroglyphs and shit into the walls. Although, by the way, this tablet, in case you're envisioning hieroglyphics, it was written in hieratic or something. I think it's called something like that, which is like Egyptian cursive, like Egyptian shorthand.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was made up of craftsmen who, like I said, built the tombs or whatever. But it was a fully functioning village, fully of everything. You could have bakers, blah, blah, blah.
Right, because you need an infrastructure to support an industry.
Everything. The inhabitants were, like ancient Egypt, multi-ethnic. It was made up of Egyptians, Nubians, and this was in the article, Asiatics.
Oh.
So just, I don't know what that means.
Probably people that came over that sea.
It's probably, honestly, someone not even from that far away, like Iran or I wouldn't even guess as far as India, maybe even just the Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah, it's someone from the Middle East.
Yeah, pretty much. As it turns out, according to the Scientific American, there were a ton of documents and tablets like this boring HR document recovered because apparently New Kingdom Egyptians were like obsessive bureaucrats.
It always happens.
Which again, when you're at work and you're like, dude, why the fuck do I have to log all of this time and all of this shit? It's pointless. Just let me fucking work. And you're like, and you probably at some point think to yourself, I hate working now. Fuck this. People didn't used to do this probably or something. No, they always did.
Bookkeeping is as old as time.
As old as fucking time.
Yeah.
As soon as, no, probably literally before people could write things down, they were skeet bitches about it in terms of keeping receipts.
Yeah.
You keep receipts, Dan?
I don't.
Do I
look like a man that keeps receipts?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, you did have a guy you couldn't speak to put a non-refundable tattoo on you. That turned out fine.
Right.
But no, there's no receipt situation there.
No.
For your own body.
Did you pay cash?
I mean, debit. Yeah.
Charge it back.
Just report
Charge
my
it
credit
back.
card stolen or debit card stolen.
Charge it back. Airbrush your arm.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that's perfect. And he keeps his money,
Right.
right? You get your money back. It's perfect.
I think that's fraud.
that is fraud.
If you get caught.
But again, I'm the kind of guy that would probably commit tax fraud or any type of bank fraud.
Then you should keep your receipts.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then burn them.
Just live off the edge, man.
Yeah.
Live off the grid. How close are you to that?
I'm liking the grid these days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you are.
Big grid guy. Big grid guy. Dan.
Big fucking grid guy.
Call him Gritty.
But yeah, people have always been this.
So,
It works because he's from Philly.
yeah.
But yeah, people have always been really fucking boring and meticulous and annoying, so on and so forth. Can you imagine your job in ancient Egypt is just to record other people's jobs in ancient, and not in a cool way like a writer?
You got to carve it. You got to carve it
You're
into
like
a rock.
fucking Bob Cratchit working for Scrooge, like Scrooge, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just like, I almost said Scrooge McDuck because I have a child and that's what I watch. Every workplace took obsessive notes, and this is all stuff they found. Took obsessive notes on what they spent, what was owed to them, etc. That includes tools loaned to tomb builders, rations, which, by the way, cooked meals were delivered to the work sites, which were like campsites out of town from the village.
Wait a minute. So bringing food into the office place isn't just a hip new startup thing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Catering's not something that was invented fucking 10 years ago by Google.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That actually fell out at some point.
Ancient,
Yeah.
yeah, it did. You know,
Yeah.
it's all cyclical.
Right.
Right.
Well, I mean, and of course, why do they do that? To keep them there
Yep.
working. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
No office perk is there just for your enjoyment.
No.
It is there to keep you there.
And the few that like are, because there is almost no quantifiable reason for them to be there, like the ping pong table, those are the first ones that get mad at you for using too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm aware. Golden tea and ping pong.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like,
Again? You're playing again?
It's like, why do you have all these games if you don't want me to play
Yeah.
them?
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you want? Yeah.
That's a trick to get you here, man.
Yeah.
Stop using it.
So then you might as well just be working at like
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's at that point, but you're working, so you can't play the games.
That would be actually.
That'd be hilarious if that was what like Dave and Buster's sell. They're like, "Come on, we got all these games. Come work here."
Yeah.
But you get in trouble for playing them.
Yeah.
Can't just take a break from behind the bar and go play Papa Shop for a while.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
That would be hilarious, actually, if that was a selling point for Dave and Buster's.
It's like you get 15 minutes free play.
Do you guys want to go get fucked up at a Dave and Buster's?
I haven't been to a Dave and Buster's in years. Last time I went was probably Grand X.
Yeah. Does it come? So do we get the power card combo that comes with the steak dinner?
Oh, don't they do like bottomless wings?
They do that. Too.
Are we pivoting Lonesome Dove to
Yes.
the power combo?
Here's the thing. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of Dave and Buster's, right? I actually had to go to an after prom at Dave and Buster's. Like the school made you like go to their
Like a lock-in kind of thing.
lock-in after prom. For MICDS of all schools, like you would think that would be like a baller situation, but it was not. And I was like, this fucking sucks. Fuck this. And then like the girl was great and like my friends there were great and everything, but just like that we couldn't go back to a house and get fucked up was annoying, right?
That is annoying.
And anyway, then, you know, I thought Dave and Buster's was stupid because I was like, what redneck goes there? Like, you need to go out to bars and like meet people and like try to get laid and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm married and have a child. And Dave and Buster's kind of sounds like heaven.
Because you have an activity to do?
Yes. Because my main two activities, trying to like find a girl and drugs, aren't really on the table anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you just want to get fucked up and hope
Play
to
Gallagher.
entertain your child?
And myself. Play Papa Shot and skee ball and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Get some tickets, get some prizes.
Yeah.
It's a win-win at D&B's.
It's a great place to take your child drinking. They were ahead of the curve because that's all you do here in Austin. When you're a parent, is take your child out drinking with you.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, like every fucking brewery in this city is
got a playground.
child-oriented.
Every single one.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm fine
That's
with
when I
it,
get
yeah.
to see a lot of my friends that have kids is at a brewery.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. Honestly, all you need for me, if there was a bar with like 100 hook and ring games on a wall, I would go to that bar.
I fucking hate hook and ring.
I love hook and ring.
I'm bad at it. That's why.
I'm really bad at it. So I agree with Rob.
I'm weirdly good at hook and ring because I just figure out exactly what I need to do, and I just keep doing it.
Oh, really? Because I was always like, when I play it, I'm like, oh, what shouldn't I do? And then I keep doing that.
Well, it sounds like that's what you do because you're bad at it. Just figure out how to do it once and you got it.
It's like, I'm great at golf because what I do is I figure out where the hole is and I hit the ball at it.
No, there's way more levers and pivots and action with your arms. Like hook and ring is like you literally, at a certain point, you're just dropping it and it goes.
I don't like your description of how you're good at hook and ring.
Why? Because I figured out how to do it once. I just kept doing it.
Outrageous description.
No, it's not. It is this. There are no variables. It's hook and ring.
God.
Golf has like
there are variables.
No, there's not. There's two. It's where
they're
your
not
elbow
all the
is.
same. You like it's string length and all that other stuff. The type of hook, how big the hook is.
Yeah, and then you figure out how to get it once, and you're good. That's it. You figured out the secret. Golf is not that.
I'm just telling you. It just sounds like you're like, yeah, well, I'm good at it because I do it good.
That's a good reason. It's like, yeah, I figured out how to do it. And I continue that process.
I'm glad. I'm very happy for your autodidactic fucking hook and ring skills that you taught yourself.
I learned how to play in the Bahamas, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's a story for another time, but
clearly. What was I say? Oh, okay. Anyway, they anything that could be quantified, they fucking wrote down. The bookkeepers fucking wrote down in ancient Egypt. There was also a ton of personal bureaucracy found, including lots of legal battles. Apparently, these people were obsessed with litigation and taking each other to small claims court.
Did small claims court?
Oh, my God, yeah. Civil court, small claim. Well, you know, they had criminal court and civil court, but a lot of what I read seemed to just be like really petty small claims type of shit. Just like this guy owes me whatever, 2 days' wages.
Yeah.
And I want it now. Or like this guy... like I didn't get the amount of melons or what, I don't fucking know what happened.
These ingots are shit.
Yeah. You know, that type of shit. They sued each other constantly. And it was easier back then because you represented yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not paying for a lawyer or anything like that. You just go up there, show your case, whatever. I forget what the jury situation was, judge situation was, but yeah, you just repped yourself.
Yeah. I mean, probably for small claims court, you probably should just do that, really.
I think a lot of times you do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, because it's like you're gonna just it's the whole point is the point.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's principle at that point.
One personal letter from a dad to his son about how his eyes were all fucked up from working in the tombs was found. And Dan, I feel like this is relevant to you because you recently had a sick father.
Yeah, still kind of sick.
Still ill, had a lung transplant or something, right? I believe. Yeah, so the dad's name, I think, was the guy who wrote the letter to the dad, his name was Pay, P-A-Y, and he was not getting paid anymore because he was blind, went blind, and he couldn't carve or paint hieroglyphs anymore, which was a common thing.
Now, did he go blind from work?
Yep.
Okay.
Very common thing. So, you know, there's dust and...
Did they have unions back then?
They did.
Did they have workers' comp?
No.
It's a bad union.
Yeah, bad union. They did go on strike later, not during this whole era, but a little later they did. They went on strike and stuff like that. It was when the economy got crashed. I forget why. Probably from the plagues.
Yeah, that does do that.
Yeah. People forget the 11th plague, which was just God putting economic sanctions on Egypt.
It worked.
Yeah. Limited sanctions, you know.
Yeah.
They just fucked with their banking system and stuff like that.
Yeah, just freeze some accounts and things like that.
None of the Phoenicians weren't allowed to trade with them anymore. It took a while, but they felt it. Mm-hmm. They fucking felt it.
They felt that squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you could go fuck up your eyes really easily in the tombs. There's no dust, or there's no ventilation. There's a lot of dust, and you're carving, getting stone and sand in your eye and shit like that, whatever. So he wrote this letter, and this is translated fairly literally. The draftsman Pay. This is his letter, though everything I'm reading on. The draftsman Pay says to his son, the draftsman Priameb, do not turn your back on me. I am not well. Do not cease weeping for me, because I am in the darkness, since my lord Ammon has turned his back on me. May you bring me some honey for my eyes, and also some ochre for which is made into bricks again, and real black eye paint. Hurry, look to it. Am I not your father? Now I am wretched. I am searching for my sight, and it is not there.
So Pay clearly doesn't deserve his eyes, because he's like, give me honey for my eyes. Well, I'm going to just rub it on my eyeballs.
Literally, yes.
Gross.
Well,
it's not going to help.
So it sounds like this is like a desperate letter, like, please grab anything you can that might help. That's what it sounds like. Melodramatic. Was your dad that melodramatic when he got surgery?
Wasn't a pussy.
Was he like, Daniel, sweet Daniel, my boy, weep for me? The Lord is taking me. The Lord has forsaken me.
He was more like, hey, man, if I die, I die.
Very Bloodsport.
Danny, we all turn into earth. We all turn into worm.
Oh, that's Rocky 4, isn't it?
Rocky 4, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're
Dolph
right.
Lundgren.
That is Dolph Lundgren. You're right. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, that is Dolph Lundgren. Man, got to rewatch Bloodsport now.
Yeah.
Make sure I get my quotes right.
Yeah, I've never seen Bloodsport.
What? Bloodsport's great, dude.
Okay.
Have you seen Bloodsport? Daniel?
I haven't.
What?
No.
I can't believe you haven't seen that movie.
But I know that it's not a Bloodsport quote because it's Dolph Lundgren.
I know.
Rocky 4.
Yeah, I know. I got
Van
them.
Damme. I don't want to watch a Van Damme movie.
Dude, if you're going to watch a Van Damme movie, that is the one
That's
to
the
watch.
No, I'd watch Street Fighter.
Coop is nodding his head in agreement. He knows that Bloodsport. Kumite, bro. That's like
I'm
everything.
a Street Fighter and a sudden death kind of guy. Really?
Based on a true story.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Well, maybe I will watch it then.
It's like the Midnight Express of illegal death fighting.
All right. Piqued my interest. Despite how crazy this letter sounded, it might have actually just been the most melodramatic request to fill a prescription ever. Essentially, the stuff he asked for, it's a normal eye remedy that they found on medical papyrus.
Okay.
Like they found it, and they're like it says honey's antiseptic.
Oh, that actually, okay.
Ochre is cool on the eyelids, reduces swelling. And like I said, a ton of workmen had eye problems. Other prescriptions for other shit. For a scorpion sting, you needed 1 grain, just a single grain, but that was for magic.
Yeah, that checks out.
1 jar of syrup and 1 festival date juice. So if you get regular date juice, scorpion sting's gonna feel pretty bad.
Yeah, but it's festival. It's probably like
Now, is it like kosher?
sanctimonious.
What is?
The festival.
I don't think these people were down with kosher stuff around this time.
Yeah.
Based on all the firstborns that got murked by a fart.
That's my God you're talking about. God damn it. Fart, damn it.
But what makes it festival?
It had to be made during a festival, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, let's say I'm like, Dan, you have herpes, and the only way to cure it is for you to rub festival funnel cake
Sure, but what
on
if
your crotch.
if you
and
make
you're
it-
just like, well, what if I just make my own funnel cake at home, right? Like I put it in the squeezer.
Like, how many people constitutes a festival? What if I'm just
It
with
has
like...
to be an official festival. It's not about
Yeah.
people. It has
Is
to
it-
be an
well,
official religious festival.
Even more so.
It could be a festival, like, because I remember when we were in fraternities, like, that was always a big thing. It's like, what constitutes a party? And it's like, well, if it's you and like 5 of your fraternity brothers, that's like an official fraternity event. And we were always just like, well, that's just going to the bar. That doesn't seem
That's
right.
a hang.
That's yeah, it's
Yeah.
just- it's a good hang.
Yeah, you know, I
it is.
mean, chances are, considering how bureaucratic they were, yeah, they could probably, you know,
They would get it down
juice
to a
little bit.
science. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like, that'd be like, only the canned water at Coachella can cure your herpes. You must get the Coachella water.
You pour it on your herpes, and it's like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade pouring
Just like
the.
ghosts flying out.
No, it's no. Last Crusade.
Oh, Last Crusade, right,
When he
right.
pours the water from the fucking Holy Grail on his gunshot wound, and it just melts away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your herpes with Coachella.
I like it
canned
more
water.
Raiders and ghosts fly out of your herpes.
Yeah, that's
that would
fine
be fun too.
It just leaves.
But yeah, no, like that just sounds like big festival date juice.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
big festival and big date juice got together.
Yeah, they're like, how do we spin it up?
For blindness, he actually got that right. Honey, dried ochre, and eye black paint, whatever. For a rash, you need leaves of acacia and wax, and you smear that on the rash in the mornings for 4 days. So that's their herpes remedy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Acacia for sure. Like there's got to be some sort of, I mean, they were figuring that kind of stuff out at that time. Yeah.
And for a cough, just eat some grapes. Just eat some grapes,
They're juicy.
I guess. I don't think that one worked.
No, I mean,
I don't think it's amazing to me that it stuck around for as long as it did.
it's at least a pleasant sensation.
Yeah, you think at least like hundreds of people would have been like, "Hey, I'm still coughing."
That's big grape.
You big
It's a big grape, dude.
God damn it.
It's all tale as old as time.
Pharmaceutical companies from the beginning of time.
Yeah. You're going to need a lot of grapes.
Yeah. They don't want to sell you. They don't want a cure.
Yeah.
They just want a medicine to treat the symptoms.
That's right.
God fucking damn it. So this was a blue collar type of town. It really was. But it was actually also incredibly literate and well educated. Presumably because they were well paid. This is like middle class. This is a middle class town.
Yeah, I would call it middle class.
Yeah.
Because it's skilled workers. It's not just like Joe Schmo.
Right.
Well, not even well. That's too skilled. But
That's a mud fucker.
Yeah, he's not slinging mud.
Right.
He's doing
Which is
some
what
craft.
you imagine most of the, like, you don't really imagine a middle class in ancient Egypt.
No, you don't. But I mean, they've existed before America, believe it or not.
They were there around, a couple of years before America. Women were also incredibly literate. Women had property rights in this era of Egyptian law. Don't know about before that, but in the New Kingdom they did, or for a little while anyway. I don't know how long that lasted. But they were also literate because their specific jobs required it. Because they were carving hieroglyphs into walls and shit like that. I get like big 1950s Rust Belt vibes from this town. You know what I mean? This was like what today would be a hollowed out opioid graveyard Ohio town.
Okay.
That was like proud and shiny in the 1970s.
So like Sandusky.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sandusky, Ohio. This is the Sandusky, Ohio of ancient Egypt.
Got it.
Like, yeah, now everyone's just ODing on fentanyl and opioids and shit. But back in the day, the American dream, the Egyptian dream was there.
It's funny you mentioned that because like the first thing I thought of was the town, the city, the ancient city of Memphis. It's probably a lot like the current city of Memphis. Like
A lot of shootings?
It's just like, no, or not current city, but like booming Memphis.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
You got the pyramid.
yeah, Memphis is named after Memphis, Egypt.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of funny to think about. It's
But
like,
you know why Memphis is named after Memphis?
The river, right?
Yeah, the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And the Nile. That was really the only reason. No pyramid there.
There is a pyramid in Memphis.
It's a Bass Pro Shop.
It's giant.
Come on.
They built that's where the Bass Pro Shop
It's in the
is?
pyramid.
It
Yeah.
was a old hockey arena
Love that.
turned Bass Pro Shop.
It is the
How
weirdest
do you not
thing.
know about the Mecca of Bass Pro Shop?
I knew
It's
there
the
was a
best
Bass
one.
Pro Shop pyramid. I didn't realize it was in Memphis.
It's a hotel too. You can stay there. You can stay at the Bass
we
Pro
need
Shop.
to do that then.
Do we?
Like the top floor.
We
Yeah.
can go to the bad part of Memphis. Memphis. Yeah.
What do they call the bad part of Memphis? Memphis. King of the Hill. Great show.
Classic.
People were super literate. There were a lot of scribes because a lot of people knew how to read. A lot of people need to learn how to read. One scribe, Amenemhat, wrote a poem about Thebes, which is just across the river. That kind of reads like a country song about going to Vegas or New Orleans or something.
Nice. Do you got it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What do they say to themselves in their hearts every day? Those who are from Thebes, they spend the day dreaming of its name. If only its light were ours. The bread is more tasty than cakes made of their bread is more tasty than cakes made of goose fat. Its water is sweeter than honey. One drinks of it to drunkenness. Behold, this is how one lives in Thebes. The heaven has doubled fresh wind for it.
No one liked that guy in that town.
No,
They're
no
like,
one.
Fucking move.
But it
then.
just sounds like a fucking trying to like a
Streets are paved to gold in America.
no, not even that. It's more like ain't nothing but pretty girls in New Orleans type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like drinks and pretty girls and tan legs in New Orleans.
Calling Baton Rouge.
No, I like calling Baton Rouge.
I like it too, but it's,
And it has my favorite country line ever.
what is that?
Such a strange mix of girl and woman. I was like,
Yikes.
whoa, Garth, what? He's like, I like that she does remind me of a little girl a little bit, is Garth Brooks' sentiment in calling Baton Rouge.
Just enough.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that why Brian Kelly dances?
Yeah.
Dude.
To it?
I could do a whole episode on how insane that is. Like, it wouldn't be for this show, but someone could bring me on somewhere.
Yeah, people were asking if we're bringing back the college football show, and it's like,
No.
never.
That's a saturated market, fellas. You're not getting it. You'll get our off takes here.
Yeah, this is where you find our random college football takes. Anyway, Brian Kelly's going to win like 3 championships at LSU. So
Anyone can do it there.
yeah,
Anyone.
And now
the
they have
last
a-
3 coaches that coached there have done it. Like,
Right.
it's insane.
and Saban would have won more if he stayed.
Yeah, it's-
so now they have a coach that's almost as good as Nick Saban, like not on the same tier, but like pretty good.
He's a top 10 college football coach.
He's a top 5. How many college football coaches have made more playoffs than Brian Kelly?
Playoffs don't mean anything if you don't do anything with them.
I don't care.
He's never made it past the first round.
I don't care. There's only 2 that I can think of: Lincoln Riley and fucking Dabo Swinney.
Lincoln Riley. Yeah. whoever was coaching Washington at that time. Washington got to the playoff.
Just once.
Michigan State got to the playoff.
Just once.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Kelly's got there twice.
You know what,
And
Rob?
made it natty.
No. No. Continue.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't want to talk about comfortable anyway. There's another writer who was, and again, shit don't change. Dan, you'll appreciate this, especially because we hate our own so much. So much.
Speak for yourself.
Another writer was super on brand for a creative. He was really up his own ass about how important being an artist was. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, dude, podcasting's the future. That's why everyone's going to podcasting. Dude, you got to step out on your own.
Well, as a podcaster, I see myself as an artist.
Yeah, I know. And so does this guy.
Yeah, I'm a writer and a comedian now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done stand-up, but I'm a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This guy feels the same way. He is very important, and he justified his career choices as such. As for the learned scribes from the time that came after the gods, those who foretold the things to come, their names endure forever. Although they have gone, having completed their lifetimes, and their relatives are forgotten. So the no-name family is worthless, forgotten. They did not make for themselves pyramids of copper with tombstones of iron. They were unable to leave an heir in the form of children who would pronounce their name, but they made for themselves an heir of the writings and instructions they had made.
Wow, a writer writing about writers.
Yeah.
Fucking no way.
And also that, hey, like, dude, you can have a kid or whatever, but like what I do is going to echo through time.
Yeah.
Right? Like my impact on the world is bigger than like one singular person or family or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
these words mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They're
They
words.
do.
That's
Look.
how words work.
And they've stood the test of time.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Getting dunked
What's his
on.
name?
I didn't write it down. So fuck him.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
Uncredited.
My wife pointed something out to me the other day when we were like going through just shit to watch on like Hulu and Netflix. It's like a lot of like, I guess I'd put myself in the category of like, I still kind of like Garden State. I know it's dumb, but like,
it's a good movie.
Those kind of like, coming of age type, like, or like transitioning to a different phase of life movies. So many, she's like, how come all these fucking movies are about writers?
Right.
And it's like, because that's how the writers write about what they know about. They know about writing.
Write what you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And so all they know about is writing.
I mean, you could write other stuff, but that takes work.
Yeah. No,
right?
so it's a lot easier just to fall into, let's write about a writer today.
Right.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, I don't even mind writers writing about writers as much anymore as I do the trope in a lot of stories where it's like, oh, like they do this job, but obviously that job sucks. And what they really want to do is like paint or be a creative in some way. Do you know what I mean? Like their thought that like everyone really, like no one wants to be an accountant. No one wants to be a truck driver. No one wants to be a lawyer. Everyone wants to paint or cook or like, no, dude, some people like that shit. A lot of people like that shit.
Yeah, I wish I liked banking. I wished I liked banking. God, if I liked banking, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be sitting in my mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
fuck, dude.
I just don't fucking like it.
The only thing separating me from like a wealthy career as a lawyer is wanting to actually be a lawyer.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, you're right. It's just, I don't want to go to law school.
Right.
It sounds awful. Have you ever talked to anybody about, our friend Matt described law school as, imagine your brain doesn't work the way it needs to, so you just beat your head into a book for 12 hours a day until it works the way you need it to.
To be fair,
I mean, that's just my life without the book.
What are you beating your head into? Life?
Just walls.
Sick.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually ever wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh.
I think he went to law school because he thought it was just like the thing to do, which is what a lot of people do.
I was definitely on that track for a long time.
It's a conversation piece. Like, man, I went to law school.
Yeah. Well, he does have a law degree at least. He just didn't pass the bar. So.
Well, then you're not a lawyer in my mind.
That's fair.
Or by the state.
Yeah. More importantly, actually, the state wouldn't consider you one.
But not more importantly.
Also, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, have you checked that credential with Dan Regester
You're not going to represent me. I'm sorry.
To which they'd be like, good, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, I wasn't going to. And like, what are you going to pay me? You're like, nothing. They're like, even better.
So, lawyered.
This is working out for all of us.
I'll have my other lawyer reach out.
Yeah.
So dumb. Oh, I love it.
But yeah, it's a really asinine trope. I hate that word. So I remember reading, like, and it's always something. The worst is when it's like, oh, my real passion's photography. Oh, that's a fucking, or no, she is a professional photographer on How I Met Your Father. But I hate it when it's something like, my real passion's photography. Or like, what? I just want to fucking.
My real passion's Instagram.
I want to commit murders.
I want to be an influencer.
I want to blog.
Yeah.
I just want to blog.
No, I think we got to zig while there's zag. Everyone's dunking on influencers now. We got to be pro-influencer.
Well, we're here doing a podcast, so what else? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah.
We're influencers and comedians and writers.
Molding minds.
Yeah.
You should be us. You should be so lucky.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah.
Speaking of molding minds, little is known, actually, despite the town being extremely educated, how they were educated, specifically, or how children were educated in Deir el Medina. But there is one short story that does, at the very least, reveal, I guess, an important aspect of ancient Egyptian schooling, like something that they did that was probably really formative for the kids. Bullying.
Oh, bullying, yes. The time-tested way to educate children.
There was bullying, between the children.
Yes.
Yeah. The story is about a boy in school whose mom isn't married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's a real question mark.
Yeah.
So this is about the boy. He was sent to school and learned to write very well. He practiced all the arts of war, and he surpassed his older companions who were at school with him. Then his companions said to him, "Whose son are you? You don't have a father." And they reviled and mocked him. "Hey, you don't have a father."
That's the story?
Yeah. So they were just like, "Hey, if you're so fucking smart, why don't you have a dad, genius?"
That is a classic kid move. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're smart?
Yeah.
Why are you poor? If you're so smart, why are you poor? God. Kids, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Kids are really good at just needling the things you absolutely have no control over.
Oh God, they're so they can hone right in on it.
Yeah.
They're like a fucking drone strike on your soul.
Yeah. Children. You have one.
I do have one.
Yeah.
He's still sweet now.
Yeah, he can't talk. That's why.
Yeah. Like that's like he's gonna start saying things. It is actually like it's probably for the best, but it is actually kind of a funny human tragedy to an extent, and probably causes a lot of anxiety in people and stuff like that. That you learn how to be funny before you learn how to be tactful.
Right.
Right? Like you learn to be funny, or you develop your humor years before you learn like decency, like real decency.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can teach a child how to be polite and be like, don't fucking say that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they don't really understand. They understand like that there's a no, that there's a wall, but they don't have like the empathy or anything yet.
Right. They have to see it really hurt someone to get it.
They have to live it.
Yeah. And they have to experience it. Yeah, of course.
But they know how to say hilarious, fucked up shit.
God, kids
really
are so
early.
God, when you're not the target though, and a kid says something fucked up to another person, it's the funniest thing in the world.
God,
it kills you because it's like, man, that kid just body bagged that grown man.
That kid is fucking great.
I was working as a summer camp counselor once, and I was talking to this other summer camp counselor who was very attractive. And I was, we were hitting it off. This little girl just comes up, "Hey, Mr. Jake, why you got shit in your ears?" I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, why are you looking in my ear? And then she's like, "Why you got stuff in there?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck,
dude?
man?
They'll just walk up to you and be like, "You're fucking fat."
Yeah.
Actually, one time I was in HEB, and I was walking down the aisle. It was the HEB on Congress and Old Torf, and so the shitty HEB. And I was just walking past the cheese, and looking like myself, very pale, dark hair. I didn't have a hat on. Pale, dark hair. And this Mexican boy, 5-6 years old at most, holding his mom's hand, walking towards me. He just stops and points at me. And he goes, "Vampiro!"
What?
Vampiro!
Vampire?
Yeah.
I was going to say it's either that or Phantasma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked at me, He saw me and immediately thought I was a vampire.
Well, I hope you didn't let this little boy down and you immediately just bit into him.
Yeah, I bit it. Yeah, obviously.
Was he a little butterball?
No, it's normal looking kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his mom was like, stop.
Dude, that's the other thing kids know how to do is
into
point.
the garlic aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I wish I had done at the time, but I was too like shocked and like I was like frozen with hilarity. You know what I mean? Like it was so funny I didn't know what to do. But like if I could go back to that moment, I would have immediately been like
Just scare them.
Yeah.
That's the thing adults can do back to children is terrify them.
Right.
Yeah. Because like that's the equalizer, right? It's like, yeah, you can like kill me on the inside, but I can kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you even that playing field, y'all.
Anyway, anytime I go to that HEB now, I have a cape on me just in case.
Just in case that kid comes back.
Yeah, just in case I see him again. He's like, hey, Vampiro's back. And I'll just be like, they pull the cape out.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But they'll say fucked up shit to you. This is how it goes.
Yeah, and they know how to point at you when they're saying it.
And by the way, literally, we've all heard someone be made fun of for only having one parent or something like that, I feel like, throughout our time. Even if you don't remember it, somebody probably dunked on a kid. Or you've all heard a kid be dunked on for fucked up shit by other kids. Like, fucked up shit that you shouldn't make fun of. Tale as old as time.
Yes.
Yeah. Goes back. LOL, you don't have a dad.
Haha, you got molested.
Yeah, your mom's a slut. Nothing.
Yeah, Coop.
It's all about Coop.
Man. Sorry, Coop.
I do appreciate that sentiment, though. If you're so smart, why don't you have a dad?
Because that's what smarts do.
Yeah.
Bring dad home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, genius, get a dad.
Why don't you try having a father?
And then that's our next show after that, which is Egyptian Robot Dad. He just builds himself like a wooden robot father.
It's just a doll.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
it
it
has gears.
Yeah, it has like a water mill in it.
So your dad's rotting again.
Yeah, crocodile dad. He makes a crocodile his dad.
I think we got to stick with our first three ideas.
Yeah. All right, that's fine.
The third idea is just scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but after that, it doesn't matter. Because it's just like from the creators of Teen Jesus.
And Prince Moses.
I'm more excited about Prince Moses.
Every time we come up with something that goes with Teen Jesus, we're more excited about it.
Prince Moses is just like
Teen Jesus
running
getting on the back burner.
Yeah, Prince Moses is running through ass.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Prince Moses gets so tired of being so awesome that he's like, I just want to work.
Yeah. Fuck.
God,
this fucking sucks. Just tired of this life.
Yeah, this is boring. And then he gets like 3 days into work. He's like, let my people go. This is bullshit.
Oh, man. I already have a line for it, too. He sees the burning bush, and he's just like, well, not the first bush I burned. Yeah.
He's the original bastard in the basket.
Yeah.
He is.
True.
Classic line. Gonna watch that tonight.
Really?
No, I don't have 2.5
quite an
hours.
undertaking
Yeah,
for
it's such a long movie.
It's already like late.
Which movie?
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, you've never seen it.
Never seen it. Don't care
Great,
to.
great PTA movie.
Don't care to. Heard it's not good.
He doesn't like PTA.
You don't like Paul Thomas Anderson?
Don't like it, no.
You don't like Boogie Nights?
I'm a bigger Paul, the
Rudd.
other Paul Anderson fan.
The other Paul Anderson?
Yeah.
Who's that?
The guy.
TPA.
Thomas Paul Anderson?
No, the other Paul Anderson.
Yeah.
TPA?
He's the guy who did Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the better. Let me look it up real quick. He directed Alien vs. Predator. Yeah.
Topa guy. The other Paul Anderson.
Oh, it's Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah, I'm a bigger Paul. Yeah, he's the other Paul Anderson, and I'm a Paul W.S. Anderson guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So Paul
great.
Thomas Anderson can fuck off.
Yeah, no, Boogie Nights sucked. There Will Be Blood sucked.
Stupid.
The Master.
Sucked. Master was weird.
Whatever.
It was fine. It was that's such a boilerplate Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait, but this is ambiguous. Inherent Vice sucked.
I mean, let me tell you why actually Paul W.S. Anderson is better.
Okay.
He directed the first Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
Pretty fucking good.
Did he do the soundtrack? Because that's who
didn't.
deserves all the cred.
Oh, Event Horizon.
Event Horizon rocks. I love that movie.
I knew you would. The original Resident Evil, which is dope. That's a great movie.
it's fine. Mila Jovovich.
I think he already won us over.
He did AVP and Resident Evil Apocalypse, which are both great. Dan, you'll like this one, Death Race.
Hey, Dan. What's up, man?
Death Race?
You like Death Race?
You know, I'm a big Statham guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then, I don't know, he's doing the new, he did Pompeii as well. Good history movie we're going to have to watch on our Patreon as well, because we're going to movie watch-alongs.
Our first one is...
We're going to do Pearl Harbor, I think, first,
okay.
Yeah.
God, that movie sucks.
I love it.
Isn't it, like, really long?
All these movies are going to be long. There's not... very rarely are movies set in history short.
I know, because you really got to provide all the context.
Yeah.
And you got to fuck.
So we'll hopefully do Pearl Harbor first, but if you don't do Pearl Harbor first, I think I want to do The Patriot first.
Oh, I'll do The Patriot all day.
Because The Patriot is like the funniest movie to me.
Can we bring Jared in on that? Because he's never seen it.
Yeah, we got to bring in Jared.
Yeah, we should bring Jared in on that.
Right.
Just because
Hundo P.
The fact he hasn't seen it blows my mind.
We're going to make him watch
That's like, how have you had, you had a dad, right?
An American?
Do you have a dad in TNT at any point in your childhood? You saw The Patriot. I'm almost positive you have.
It's way better than Braveheart.
My favorite thing about
Yes.
Oh, it's way better than Braveheart.
Braveheart's not even that good.
We're going to do Braveheart too, because A, Braveheart isn't that good, and B, Braveheart might be the most historically inaccurate movie of all time. It's like Braveheart.
All right, well, save it.
If it wasn't for Abraham Lincoln Vampire
We're
Hunter,
artists. Save it.
Braveheart would be the worst. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah. I didn't really learn anything.
I know you didn't. You were on your phone the whole time, taking care of some business.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You got to do. You got to pass, bud.
What do you tell me what you learned, even though you weren't listening?
I learned that people have never wanted to work, and it's not new. It's not nobody wants to work today. It's nobody wants to work ever.
Ever.
Yeah, you hear that anti-work subreddit? You're not fucking cutting edge.
Yeah, we're doing it, man. We're the ones.
Yeah. I like how that always turns out, man, fuck this. It's like, well, don't work then. Well, I can't.
See how that works.
How's that work?
You want to live
for
off
you?
the land?
Yeah. No, do I agree?
I mean, you could probably get a pretty good commune going off of just government checks.
Subsidies?
Yeah. If you invested it right.
Don't ruin my business plan.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, I learned that the funniest thing to me was like my wife's bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. You got a day off for that?
Period maternity leave?
Yeah.
Not a day. I mean, as many days as you need.
What?
Tried it at your work.
I should try it. I guess anyone that's listening now will find this out tomorrow if they're from my current job. I put in my 2 weeks like a couple days ago.
Oh,
so this is prime time to try that out.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
Actually, man, certain places you work wouldn't work at our job, but certain places you work.
So you got the job, is what you're saying.
I did.
If you called in sick to like a normal office that may be more vulnerable to the whims of an angry public, even a small number of people, you could try to call in sick and be like, my wife's on her period. And be like, oh, is she sick or something? Like, no, she's on her period. And I can't come in today, so
Can't do it.
I'll see you later. And then they said, no. If you then went to took to Twitter and Reddit and stuff and got real angry about it.
You can get an army behind you.
Yeah, you could get a decent army behind you to really pressure it into that. And by the way, my wife was 100% for this. I showed her that last night.
Yeah.
And she was like, we should get it. And I was like, I should get it off to help you. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, wait, for what?
I wouldn't be mad about it.
I would still be working.
Yeah, but it's to help your wife.
I guess. As long as they're still paying me, as long as I'm salaried, I don't care.
I would much rather help my wife out than do an honest day's work, to be honest with you.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And then who's the Hitler of this story?
That's a tough one. Work? Work is Hitler? I think that's it. Yeah.
The person on the other end of this phone that caused me not to be able to engage in the podcast like I wanted to, knowing full well that I was recording a podcast right now.
Yikes.
Oh, boy. Very meta Hitler today.
All right.
I'm going to go with menstruation.
Menstruation is Hitler?
I think menstruation is what really rotted the underbelly of the Egyptian empire.
That's what caused that bubble.
Yeah, and I think we'd all be living under a pharaoh today were it not for the laziness of Egyptian women.
Damn.
Yeah.
I always wanted a pharaoh. Wait. No, I didn't.
No. I don't know. Yeah, I think work wins the Hitler thing, though.
Yeah.
Personally. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, anti-work subreddit. Follow us.
Woo! Yeah.
We call work hit. I will drop that in the anti-work subreddit. Be like, hey, we call work Hitler in this episode. Give it a listen.
Yeah, please do. I'll hashtag it anti-work on Instagram when we post it.
There you go.
But that's all I got for today. So see you later.
Yeah, please check out that merch again at softcorehistory.com. Dan and Rob spun up some really cool designs. I took those pictures and put them onto sweatshirts and hats, and they are live now. Go check them out.
Should have T-shirts with the same sweatshirt logo coming.
We're gonna just
same time.
We're just gonna be like rolling out a bunch of new merch whenever we want.
Look out for new drops.
Yeah, and we'll post about them too.
Yeah. So for Rob Fox, Jay Goldman, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft served.